They always said we were the good ones. Not all cops, my dad used to tell me. You've got your bad apples, but the Castros, we do things right. He'd say that while polishing his boots, badge already clipped, coffee steaming in the chipped mug that said protect and serve. He'd say it like it was a prayer, a shield, a truth so firm you could balance the whole house on it. I believed him, for a while. My name's Jordan Castro. I'm 25, civil rights lawyer. And the reason my last name is no longer spoken at Thanksgiving is because I took that badge and broke it in court. Not just his, my brother's too. I grew up in a cop's house in Phoenix, Arizona. Not just any cop, the cop. My father, Manuel Castro, was decorated, respected, photographed at galas next to city council members and police chiefs. Hero cop saves child from fire. 10-year veteran disarms gunman. My mum had a folder of all his clippings. She used to say, "Your daddy's a soldier of God." I believed that too. My brother Danny was 5 years older. Big smile, fast fists, joined the force straight out of high school just like Dad. By 23, he was in narcotics. Tactical vest, unmarked car, door-kicking kind of work. They were proud of him, said he was cleaning up the streets, said he's just like his old man. I didn't want to be like them. I was always different, quiet, bookish. I liked rules, but not the kind you yell. I liked asking why. That made me a problem early. Teachers loved me. My dad said I asked too many damn questions. He once told me, "Jordan, you're not like the boys. You don't need to be in courtrooms or politics. That world's dirty." I looked him straight in the eye and said, "So is the one you wear a gun for." He didn't talk to me for a week. Law school sharpened me. I didn't go there to debate theory. I went there to understand power, how it's shaped, where it hides. I didn't tell my family I was taking civil rights electives. I didn't tell them my internship was with a group that sued the city. When they asked what I wanted to do after the bar, I just said, something with policy. They nodded, didn't ask more. Then came the Flores case. It started with a file that landed on my desk at a small non-profit legal clinic. Young kid, 17, busted for possession, resisting arrest, intent to distribute. His name was Eduardo Flores, no priors. Straight-A student, mum cleaned houses, dad worked HVAC. He was stopped walking home from a friend's house. According to the police report, he matched a suspect description and attempted to flee. I read the report, then read it again, then saw the arresting officer's name, D. Castro, my brother. My stomach dropped. I checked the timestamp. Body cam footage requested. Pending. I called the family, met them, saw Eduardo through bulletproof glass. He had a black eye, 2 cracked ribs. Said they slammed him against a fence before asking his name. Said they planted a bag of pills under his hoodie. Said one cop whispered, "Ghost, you people are too soft. This'll toughen you up." He remembered the name on the badge, Castro. I didn't want to believe it. But I also couldn't let it go. So I filed the motion, requested the footage, subpoenaed the patrol logs, got stonewalled. My supervisor asked, "You okay taking this?" I lied, said, "Of course." A week later, the footage arrived. The cam was angled low, chest height. You couldn't see the beginning clearly, but you could hear it. A voice, unmistakably Danny's, is shouting, "Stop moving!" Then the sound of a body hitting metal, then Eduardo crying, then Danny laughing, and then, faint but clear, my father's voice off camera. "Just get it done. We'll clean it up." I watched it 4 times, then I went outside and threw up in the alley. I drove to my parents' house the next night. I didn't tell them why I was coming. I just said, "Dinner?" My mum made arroz con pollo. My dad was still in uniform. Danny showed up late. Tactical vest slung over a chair, boots still muddy. They joked like always, laughed, called each other by badge numbers. I waited until after dessert, then I said, "I saw the Flores footage." The room went silent. My mom said, "What footage?" My dad put down his fork, looked at me like I'd pulled a gun. Danny said, "You shouldn't have watched that." I said, "He's 17. My dad said, "You don't know what it's like out there." I said, "I know what a planted bag looks like." Danny stood. You think I did something wrong? I said nothing. He slammed his glass down. Don't act like some high horse lawyer. You weren't there. I said, I heard you laugh. My mum started crying. My dad said, You need to leave this alone. I stood too. No, I won't. The next morning, my boss got a call from someone at the department. They asked if I could be reassigned, said I might have a conflict. He asked me directly, Do you want off this case? I said no. He said, Then I've got your back. The harassment started slow. My tires got slashed. I started getting calls at 3 a.m., breathing, then hang-ups. A letter in my mailbox, no return address, just one sentence. Your own blood, huh? I kept going, filed motions, pushed for full footage, filed for disciplinary history, found 3 other arrests with Danny's name on them, all dismissed quietly, all Latino kids, all claimed excessive force. I contacted them. They remembered his face and my father's. Then one of them sent me a voicemail from 2021, a call accidentally recorded on a cracked phone. Danny's voice, Nah, my dad's cool with it. He says we're just thinning the herd. I brought it to the DA. She listened, then asked, Are you willing to testify? I said, Yes. She said, That means testifying against your father and your brother. I said, I know. She asked again. I nodded, Yes. I didn't sleep for 2 days. Then I called my mum, told her I was doing it. She cried, told me I was tearing the family apart. I said, They did that first. A week later, I was subpoenaed. People think testifying is the scary part. It's not. It's the waiting, the silence before court, the whispering when you walk by, the text from your cousin that says, You really doing this to Uncle Manny? The voicemail from your aunt, You'll regret this. The note from your father folded into your mailbox, Don't become a traitor. But I wasn't becoming one. I was becoming myself. Courtrooms don't sound like TV. There's no music, no drama, just murmurs, coughs, paperwork, and tension that clings to the walls like dust. I sat in the witness box, palms flat, oath still echoing in my ears. My brother sat at the defense table, my father 3 rows behind him, not in uniform, just a black suit, badge gone. My mother wasn't there. She hadn't returned my calls in weeks. The DA asked questions first, clear, calm. When did you first recognize misconduct? After reviewing the Flores body cam footage. What did you hear? Verbal abuse, falsified reasoning, collusion. She played the audio. The courtroom went quiet. The laugh, the whisper, We'll clean it up. Then the voicemail, thinning the herd. I looked at the jury. Some couldn't meet my eyes, some did, and never looked away. The defense attorney stood, pacing, polished, a man with too much money behind him. You're not just a witness, are you? I'm a civil rights attorney. And you have personal animus toward Officer Castro. He's my brother. And your father? Same. So this is family drama? No. Are you seeking fame? No. Do you love your brother? Pause. Yes. Then why are you here? Because I love the truth more. He tried to break me, twisted timelines, pointed to my scholarship essays from law school, said I'd always hated the badge. I didn't flinch, didn't blink, because I wasn't fighting them. I was fighting what they became. The jury took 2 days. Danny, guilty on 2 counts, excessive force and falsifying records. The department opened an internal investigation into my father's career. 3 other officers named him. He retired the next week, without ceremony, without apology. I walked out of the courthouse alone. The sun hit like a dare. A reporter asked, Do you feel vindicated? I said, I feel responsible. She said, For what? I said, For making sure this never happens again. That night, I got a voicemail from a number I didn't recognize. A voice I barely knew, young, hesitant. Hi, this is Eduardo. I heard what you did, just wanted to say, thank you. You gave me my name back. I sat on the floor and cried for an hour, not from grief, from release. My family doesn't speak to me now, holidays are quiet. The name Castro means something different in Phoenix. And I'm okay with that, because the badge doesn't define you. Your choices do. My dad was a cop. He arrested my brother, and I testified against them both. Because silence protects nothing, and truth rebuilds everything. Thank you for watching. If you want to get more that kind of stories, press like and check out our channel.